The Kansas City Chiefs make reaching the AFC Championship game look easy, but their journey has been anything but simple. It's a story of hard work, determination, and a team with its sights set on greatness. This season has been proof of their resilience, overcoming challenges that would have stopped many other teams. The 2024 to 2025 NFL season was full of obstacles. The Chiefs faced constant injuries, affecting everyone from star players to key role players. Week after week, it seemed like the team was hit with new setbacks. For the reigning Super Bowl champions, this level of adversity was unexpected. Yet, despite everything, they stayed focused, worked together, and kept chasing their goal: to return to the top of the NFL. In tough times like these, a team's true strength is revealed. The Chiefs showed again and again that they were built for moments like this. One major setback came in Week 3 when running back Isaiah Pacheco suffered a fractured fibula, keeping him out for 10 important weeks. Losing a key offensive player like Pacheco could have sent most teams into a spiral, but the Chiefs, guided by their determined coaches and players, found a way to push through. During Pacheco's absence, the team turned to other options, including former third-round pick Kareem Hunt. Hunt's return to the Chiefs was surprising, especially after his controversial departure a few seasons earlier. Most people thought a reunion would never happen. However, when the Chiefs needed help, Hunt stepped in, and it turned out to be a brilliant move. He quickly became a steady and reliable force in the backfield, helping to keep the team on track. While Isaiah Pacheco recovered from his injury, something unexpected happened. He and Kareem Hunt formed one of the most exciting running back duos in the league. When Pacheco finally returned to the field, his comeback was nothing short of amazing. Instead of feeling frustrated or letting the injury shake his confidence, Pacheco embraced the challenge. He saw it as a chance to grow and prove himself. When asked about his recovery, his response was inspiring. "It's been a phenomenal comeback for me," he said with a smile. "I'm just thankful for the training staff and everyone who's been part of this journey. It's been great." Pacheco's positivity never wavered. His journey from injury to recovery showed his strong character and incredible work ethic. He didn't let the injury define him. Instead, he used it as motivation to come back even stronger. And when he returned, he did so with a new sense of purpose and determination. But it wasn't just Pacheco's comeback that stood out. It was the way he and Hunt worked together. Their partnership in the backfield became a key part of the Chiefs' success. Pacheco brought speed and power, while Hunt's vision and ability to break tackles added another layer of strength. Together, they became a 1-2 punch that kept defenses guessing. However, things weren't always smooth. Toward the end of the season, the Chiefs' running game started to lose some of its earlier explosiveness. From Week 13 to Week 17, the duo's performance dipped. The Chiefs ranked 26th in rushing efficiency, measured by expected points added, or EPA, and 30th in rushing success rate, according to rbsdm.com. This was a big drop compared to earlier in the season, when Hunt had carried more of the workload, and the team ranked much higher in both categories. Despite their struggles, the Chiefs never panicked. They understood that building a rhythm in the running game would take time, especially with multiple players sharing the workload. However, as the season went on, the inconsistency in their running game became a hot topic. Fans and analysts began to wonder if using so many different backs was hurting the offense. It's often said that the best running back duos thrive when one player gets most of the carries. This allows the player to find a rhythm and build chemistry with the offensive line. But Isaiah Pacheco wasn't interested in making excuses. When asked about the challenges of sharing the backfield, he kept a positive mindset. "Just being patient and not trying to hit a home run every play," Pacheco said. "Letting God do his work, and we're winning. Can't wait for us to get out there and execute." This patient and team-first mentality was exactly what the Chiefs needed during a tough part of the season. Pacheco knew it wasn't about personal stats or individual success. It was about doing whatever it took to help the team win. Whether it meant sharing carries with Kareem Hunt, Staying patient or taking a smaller role, Pacheco was willing to do it all. His commitment to the team and selfless attitude set him apart. Looking at the stats from weeks 13 to 17, it's clear that both Pacheco and Hunt played important roles in the Chiefs' offense. During that time, Pacheco carried the ball 49 times for 175 yards, averaging 3.6 yards per carry. Hunt, on the other hand, had 45 carries for 151 yards and added 6 catches for 41 yards. While neither player's individual stats were eye-popping, together they provided a balanced, though sometimes inconsistent, rushing attack. Their combined efforts helped take some pressure off quarterback Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' powerful passing game. This balance paid off in the postseason when the Chiefs faced the Houston Texans. In that game, Hunt became the go-to option in the running game, playing a key role in their decisive win. In the Chiefs' first playoff game, Kareem Hunt proved to be a difference-maker. He finished with 26 more rushing yards than Isaiah Pacheco and was trusted with the critical carries when it mattered most. This performance showed that Hunt could still deliver under pressure and that the Chiefs were confident in giving him a significant role as they moved deeper into the playoffs. Even with Hunt's strong showing, there were questions about whether Pacheco would return to being the lead back. It wasn't guaranteed, but there was hope that the backfield could find a balance where both players could shine. While the long-term plan for the running back position remained uncertain, one thing was clear. Both Pacheco and Hunt were fully committed to helping the team succeed. "I'm willing to do my job as best as I can," Pacheco said, capturing the team's determined mindset. "It's just great to be out there with the guys, flying around and building that momentum." As the Chiefs prepared for their next playoff game, there was a renewed sense of optimism about their running game. Even though the stats didn't always tell the full story, the Chiefs' ability to adapt and make the most of their players was a big reason for their success. Whether Pacheco or Hunt was carrying the ball, the Chiefs knew they could count on both to step up when it mattered most. Looking ahead, there was excitement in the air, a belief that the best was still to come. The Chiefs' 2024 to 2025 season had been a story of resilience, adaptation, and triumph. With every injury and setback, the team found a way to rise above, showing a never-give-up attitude that defined their season. Now, after overcoming so many challenges on their path to the AFC Championship, the Chiefs were on the brink of another thrilling playoff run. It wasn't just their talent that got them this far, it was their determination, teamwork, and ability to conquer adversity. For the Chiefs, the journey forward wasn't just about talent. It was about the will to win, the commitment to the team, and the belief that no matter what, they would find a way to overcome. The regular season was a roller coaster, filled with uncertainty and the constant challenge of injuries to key players. Injuries are a part of football, but when they hit players who are crucial to a team's success, the impact can be huge. For the Chiefs, these injuries tested the depth of their roster. Every player had to step up. The ability to face this adversity was a testament to the strength of the Chiefs' players, the leadership of their coaches, and the team spirit that drove them. One of the clearest examples of this perseverance was Isaiah Pacheco, the running back who was a key part of the Chiefs' offense. His injury, a fractured fibula in Week 3, was a tough blow. Pacheco was one of the most dynamic and promising young players in the league, and his energy was crucial to the team's identity. Losing him left a big gap in the backfield, but other players, especially Kareem Hunt, stepped up. Hunt's return to the team was a surprise, and his presence not only filled the gap but also added a new dimension to the Chiefs' offense. When Pacheco finally returned, it was clear that his comeback wasn't just impressive physically, it was a mental victory too. Recovering from a serious injury is as much about mental toughness as it is about physical healing. Pacheco's positive mindset shone through in every interview and statement. There was no bitterness, no frustration, just gratitude and the belief that coming back was a victory in itself. When talking about his recovery, Pacheco said, "I'd say it's been a phenomenal comeback for me." His words showed the quiet confidence he carried. Just pleased and thankful for the training staff and everybody that's been part of the journey. It's just been great. The return of Isaiah Pacheco wasn't without its challenges. When he came back to the lineup, things didn't just fall into place. The Chiefs, who had learned to play without him, now had to figure out how to best fit him back into the offense. It was a tricky balancing act as both Pacheco and Kareem Hunt were sharing carries in the backfield. The Chiefs weren't just trying to run the ball anymore. They were trying to find a way to run it that worked well for both backs. It wasn't easy. The numbers from the final weeks of the regular season showed how difficult this adjustment was. From Week 13 to Week 17, with both Pacheco and Hunt splitting time, the Chiefs ranked 26th in rushing expected points added, EPA, and 30th in rushing success rate, according to rbsdm.com. These rankings were a sharp contrast to earlier in the season, when Hunt had carried most of the workload and the team had been much more efficient. The Chiefs now faced a tough question. How could they return to the level of success they had when Hunt was the main back? Was it just about finding the right balance, or was something else causing the problem? Instead of getting overwhelmed by these questions, the Chiefs decided to focus on what they could control: execution. They knew the key to getting their running game back on track wasn't about making excuses or overthinking things. It was about sticking to the basics and doing their jobs. Pacheco, always the optimist, refused to accept that the team's struggles in the running game were out of their control. He stayed calm and confident, not blaming the rotation of backs for the struggles. Instead, he embraced the challenge. Pacheco kept his focus and stayed patient during this tough time. He didn't blame the struggles on the number of players in the backfield. Just being patient and not trying to hit a home run every play, just letting God do his work, Pacheco said, staying positive. His words showed how much he had grown as a player. He understood that football wasn't just about big plays, but about being disciplined, staying focused, and doing the small things right. Patience, he believed, was the key. That patience became an important lesson for the Chiefs as they kept working through their struggles. Despite the ups and downs of the rushing game, the Chiefs found success in other areas of offense. As always, quarterback Patrick Mahomes was at the center of that success. Mahomes had been playing at an MVP level all season, making big plays with both his arm and legs. His ability to turn nothing into something helped keep the Chiefs competitive, even when the running game wasn't at its best. But as the Chiefs entered the postseason, the question remained: could they fix their running game in time for the playoffs? The answer came during their game against the Houston Texans in the divisional round. It was clear that the backfield duo of Pacheco and Hunt had found their rhythm. Hunt took on the tough, high-leverage carries, while Pacheco provided a spark with his explosive runs. The results spoke for themselves. The Chiefs finished the game ranked 5th in rushing expected points added, EPA, and 4th in rushing success rate, big improvements from the final weeks of the regular season. Despite the progress, there was still some uncertainty going into the next playoff round. Who would take the lead in the backfield? Would it be Pacheco, who had been the primary back earlier in the season, or would Hunt continue to carry the load? For Pacheco, the answer was simple. He was ready to do whatever it took to help the team win, whether as the lead back or in a supporting role. His focus was on executing the game plan and doing whatever he could to contribute. His selflessness, putting the team first, was exactly what made him and the Chiefs so dangerous. With players like Pacheco, Hunt, and Mahomes, the Chiefs knew they had the pieces to compete for a championship. Even though the season had been full of challenges, they remained confident that they could succeed. The Chiefs' playoff journey wasn't over yet, but as they looked ahead to the next phase, there was a sense of optimism. The team had faced adversity at every turn, but they always found a way to push through. Now, with Pacheco back and Hunt continuing to contribute, they were ready for a championship run. The question was no longer about whether they could overcome adversity. It was about how far they could go.